Hello everybody, it's Market Reader. I'm trying to perform an English video to explain you how to use and interpret Market Reader signal. This first video will be about cycle. Okay, Market Reader, it's for TradingView and it uses sine wave. Which is an indicator based on the work of John Ehlers. And sine wave is able to plot support and resistance for bear and bull cycles. Okay. In this indicator, bull cycles are plotted in blue and bear cycles are plotted in red. Okay. So in this first video, we will only focus on bull and bear cycle and about trend detection. Indeed, you know that market has two phases, okay? Cyclic phase and trend phase, okay? Everybody on internet is saying to you, trend is your friend, you have to trade the trend, okay? But almost nobody is able to say to you that we are currently in trend. Okay, so everybody explained to you how you could have traded the previous trend. Okay, and Market Reader gives you the information of early trend detection that give you a strong advantage in your trading. Okay, so this is Bitcoins using 8-hour time frame. For cryptocurrency, I strongly recommend to use 8-hour and 2-hour time frame. Do not use only daily time frame because cryptocurrency have a very high variation in intraday variation. So your indicator have to react very quickly to follow the movement of cryptocurrency. So I think 8-hour is very good time frame, okay, for cryptocurrency, for swing trading of cryptocurrency, okay. So this is the big bull run, you know. And so we will begin by a study of cycling mode, okay? So because it is the most easy way to trade market when you are in cycling mode. So in Market Reader you have this line, okay? It's a trend line, okay? It's a very complex trend line, It is different from SMA or exponential moving average. Okay, when you use EMA, you use often several EMA with 20 periods, 50 period, 100 period, 200 period, and obviously, if you use several EMA, one will be a good support, but you don't know. Which time frame or which period will be a good support during the trend. Okay, this is different from a standard moving average because the period is adaptive, is automatically adaptive. Okay, so when your price cross several times the trend, you are in cycling mode. Okay, so we can go to see here. Where we have a cycling mode. You can see the price is crossing here, the trend line, crossing here, and crossing again. So this is typically a trend mode. Okay, so when the price cross the trend line, you should be alert that you could be in cycling mode. And in cycling mode, you trade just like here. You trade support and resistance provided by sine wave. Okay, so here we have a cross about the trend line. So maybe we are in cycling mode. So we have to search for buying when sine wave will detect a bull cycle. So here we have a bull cycle detected. You can see that only wick go under this support, but close remain higher than the support. Okay. So we have a bull cycle, we have and here we have a bear cycle. You can see that we were in cycling mode because we crossed several times the trend line, and we respect the support provided by a bull cycle and here a bear cycle. Okay. Additionally, you can find this type of pattern. It's end of trend. Okay. There is several sine wave pattern plot in into the algorithm. There is a slow sine wave that is plotted here, finding support, big support and resistance. Okay, and in background that you can see there is a very fast sine wave searching for a quick support and resistance for quick quick move up and move down of the price. Okay, and when you have end, it's highlight a possibility of end of trend. When a pattern is plotted below a bar, it's a bull signal. When it is plotted above the bar, it is a bear signal. Okay, so here you have an end of bear trend potential. Okay, so we have in the slow sine wave a bull cycle. Okay, this is the blue circle here. Okay, so the slow sine wave plot a bull cycle, and the fast sine wave find an end of bear cycle. So you have two information going in the same way. So you have two bull information here. You have the information that sine wave, the slow sine wave is bull, and the fast sine wave is bull also. So you can go long here, and indeed we are in cycling mode. We have a high probability. Okay, here I will only learn to you how to use high probability trading. Okay, we cross the trend line, so there is a high probability we are in cycling mode. Okay, so in cycling mode we perform a very simple trading. We long with bull signal and we short with bear signal. Okay, here we have two similar bull signal of slow and fast sine wave, so you can go long here. And you can see here we find a bear cycle. Remember, we are in cycling mode, so we long on bull signal and we short on bear signal. Okay, we have a bear cycle, so we have to take profit our long here and go short. Okay, and we go short. We cross again the trend line, so confirming us that we are in bear cycle, in cycling mode, sorry, with many crossing of the trend line. And if we are always in cycling mode, when we will find a bull cycle, we should long. Okay, so we arrived here, we detect a bull cycle. Okay, and then what's happened? We break this bull cycle with a detection of a trend. Okay, you can see here it is wrote trend. When the background is red, it's bear trend, and where here the background is blue, it's bull trend. Okay, and so we trade the cycling mode here, and now we are in trend mode. Okay, so it's two different ways to trade. Okay, it's very important to understand that, because a mistake performed by many traders is always to trade like in trend phase. Okay, so it is a very big mistake, because you will only long or short according to the bull or bear trend, but you will perform many mistakes. Okay, so here there is a clear bull trend here. We can use the replay mode. So all this signal is not repeating, okay? It's only live signal. Okay, my computer is not very fit. Okay, guys, come on. Okay, sorry. Okay, so apparently trading view is experiencing a bit lag. Okay, so no problem. So you can see here we cross the trend line, so there is a high probability we are in cycling mode. So we will buy on bull cycle. Here sine wave plot a bull cycle here. We can go long here. We cross the trend line, and there is a pattern of end of trend. Okay, this pattern inform you that if we are there is a probability that market is going to perform a consolidation, a correction, or maybe a reversal. Okay, so you have to stay focused at this point. In this end of trend, we have a bear cycle that is plot. Okay, and you can see this red head arrow here. It's a confirmation by the price of a bear cycle. Okay, so here it was, according to market reader, a good way to go short. Okay, so if we go short here, you can see the price is going to falling, but then what is this plot here? It is plot a bull trend. Okay, so the algorithm detects a bull trend here. So if you go short here, you have to close your short because a bull trend is detected here. So when a bull trend is detected, is because here in the bear cycle, bear trader don't do their work. Okay, when we are in cycling mode, bull trader buy on bull cycle and bear trader sell on bear cycle. So here we didn't find any sellers. Okay, so we go to a bull trend, highlight here, and when a trend is detected by the algorithm, it plots you a target here. Okay, so to validate the trend, the price must go into this point. Okay, it's important. If the price fails to go to this point, it's a false breakout. Okay, and it could mean that the price will reverse. Okay, so here we have a beginning of a bull trend. So you have to go long here in this type of signal. Okay, it's a very clear signal. You go long here, and then the price go up. We have a pattern of end of trend here, meaning that you have to be careful, because maybe if we find a bear cycle here, it could be a good entry for short or to take profit of your long. But we didn't find any bear cycle here. You can see no red circle were plot here. So you stay long. Okay, we find here this pattern of TP for take profit. Okay, in red it's pattern of take profit not very strong. It's mainly associated with a correction or a small range following this pattern, and in some cases it could be associated with a price reversal, but the probability go for only a correction. And you can see that just after this pattern the price go down. Okay, to the trend line, we touch the trend line and we go up again. It's typically a bull trend. Okay, here you have another pattern of end of trend, so you have to be focused. Do you find any pattern of exit? So do you find a pattern of bear trend here, bear cycle? Sorry, no other information. So you are in bull trend. You have only pattern of potential end of trend without confirmation. Okay, so you stay long here. Okay, and then the price go up, and we find a strong take profit pattern with orange background. It's stronger than red background. Okay, it's a strong take profit pattern. If you are long, you have to take profit, a partial take profit here. Okay, because the price we've performed a correction, and you can see the correction here. We go near the trend line without crossing it, and we go up again. We go up again. Now there is a small correction here, and the algorithm is detecting a pullback pattern, PB, on gray background, with background. And when this pattern is detected, there is high probability that the price will go up again. Go up again if we don't cross the trend line. Okay, here there is no crossing about the trend line. We have a pullback pattern, so you go long again. And here in this candle, so at the top of the market, this pattern is plotted exit pattern. It means what it means. It means that you have to go out of your trade. Okay, so you go long here. Okay, and the algorithm gave you the information to go out here. So you perform probably the best trade of your life. Okay, it is plotted in lifetime. There is no repainting with this algorithm. Okay. And when you have an exit pattern, it could be a very good idea to close your long, but also to go short. Okay. So here, if you go short, it was a very good idea. We cross the trend line, okay, with a strong bear candle here. And you can see you have a pullback pattern that was activated here, but in this pullback pattern, we cross the trend line, okay? And if we cross the trend line with a strong bear candle, there is a high probability that we are in cycling mode, okay? Just remember that. And this is what happened. We were in cycling mode. We showed that previously. And how you can know at a very early phase that maybe we are in cycling mode. You can know that when we cross the trend line, but also when we have this pattern. Okay, the R is for range pattern. When you have this type of information, a crossing of the trend line and a range alert, you should think about trading as a cycling mode. Okay, it's a very important information. Okay, and here again you have an alert of potential range pattern just after we plot a bear cycle, so you have to go short here, and it was a very good idea. We cross the trend line again, and we go in a bear trend highlighted here. Okay, the market performed a pullback. You can see here a pullback. It was plot just near the previous support that became a resistance here, and then we go down. Here we have a take profit pattern. So here you have to take partial profit and to place your stop loss on your entry point. Okay. So here you take profit, you can see the market go up again, we cross the trend line, so there is a potential that we are in cycling mode, but we have a bear cycle here, and we break this bear cycle to try to perform a new bull trend. You have the bull trend pattern that is plotted here, with the target here, and what do you see? The price go up, 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 perform a correction, we find a bull cycle here, the price go up again, we have an end of trend here. Remember, we cross the trend line here, we cross the trend line here, we cross the trend line here. There is a high probability we are in cycling mode and not in trend mode. Okay, even if the algorithm say you we are in bull trend here. Remember, if we cross very frequently the trend line, it's cycling mode. Okay, and if the trend fail to go to the target, it could mean a reversal. Okay. And here we fail to go to the target, we perform a correction, we find a bear cycle, very well respected bear cycle. We go up, there is an end of trend, we find a bear cycle here. So two bear information here in cycling mode. You have to go short here. We fail to go to the target of the bull trend. We are in cycling mode. With two bear signal, you have to go short. Okay, and you go short here. We cross the trend line. We find another bear trend here. We go down. We find a potential end of trend here, confirmed by two take profit pattern detected here. Okay, there is a correction, another trend, bear trend, and we find an end of trend here. So we have end of trend. Take profit, end of trend, we have several bull pattern. Okay, remember all pattern plot below the bar are bull signals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bull signal here. Maybe it's time to go up. Okay, to go long. It is exactly what's happened. We have a very strong candle here. Okay, there is this pattern that alert you that maybe we are in range. Okay, so if we go crossing the trend line several times, remember it could be a range mode or a cycling phase. Okay, but you can see we don't go crossing the trend line, and a bull trend is detected here with this target. You can see we go up, we perform a pullback well detected by the algorithm, and here we have an end of trend. We fail to go to the target, we have an end of trend here. We have to, if you go long, you have to take profit here. Okay, it's too top here, we fail to go to the target, we have a strong bear signal here. We cross again here the trend line, you have to exit your long, and your long was take here, so it was a very good trade. Okay, and if you go short here, you can see it was a good short. Here we find a bull cycle, but the algorithm also detecting potential bear pullback. Okay, so you have very confused information. The algorithm is saying that we are perform a bear pullback into a bull cycle. So I think the best option here is to do nothing. If you were short, it is a good time to take profit, but just after we detect a bear trend here, so it's time to go short. So you go short here in the detection of the bear trend. Okay, there is a correction. So we are in cycling mode. We cross several times the trend line. We detect a bear cycle here with a range alert. So when we are in range, crossing several times the trend line, it's cycling mode. We have to short on bear cycle. You go short, and boom, we go down again, another bear trend, and we find a very perfect end of trend here. We have an end of trend here just after we find a bull cycle. So you have two strong bull signal here. After a bear trend, you have two bull signal in 3 candles. So it's a very strong signal to go long. Okay, and it is every time the same thing. Okay, we cross the trend line here, we have a range alert here, so you go short into the trend line. Okay, into the bear cycle. And remember, if we are in trend mode, you should not take into account the trend detection. Okay, when we are in cycling mode, there is many false breakout. If that is why when you don't realize that we are in cycling mode, you will lose a lot of money trading breakout. Okay, but here you know that we are in cycling mode. Okay, we have crossed the trend line followed by a range alert, so don't take into account the potential trend detection. If we don't break with a strong bull or bear candle the top of the bottom of the range. Okay, now you can see the price go down, crossing again the trend line, and we find a bull cycle. Remember, we are probably in cycling mode, so you have to short on bear cycle and long on bull cycle, and the market go up again. Okay, we cross the trend line with a strong bull candle. We found a potential end of trend here with a bear trend, a bear cycle here. So it's a good idea to take profit here. And there is a potential bull trend here. Go up. And you can see the target is here. And we failed to pass this resistance here. Okay, it's a big fading of the price. We cross again the trend line. So after a trend detection, you should never you should never cross the trend line with strong bear or bull candle. Here there is a strong bear candle crossing the trend line, meaning the failure of the trend of the bull trend, and the algorithm detects a bear trend immediately after. Okay, so you can go short here. Okay, and you can see the price go up. We detect a take profit pattern. It's a very big pullback here, and we go down again. You will inform that bull people are taking profit here, so the price will go down again. And here we have a very interesting end of trend. So maybe you can see we are in cycling mode. We cross the trend line. We have a range alert, so you have to go long on bull cycle, short on bear cycle, and we have an end of trend here. So maybe it is time for Bacon to go up. And it is 8-hour time frame. You can go to 2-hour time frame. So it is the market at this time. So you can see in the last bull run we have a very good end of trend here, following a take profit pattern. So you have to be informed that bull are taking profit here. You have a potential end of trend here. It's 2 bear signal, okay, and we cross the trend line. It's a third bear signal. So it's time to go short, and you go short. A bear trend begin. Sorry, there is a bear trend. We go to the trend line. We go down again. Very nice end of trend detected here. We cross several times the trend line. It is cycling mode. Okay, confirmed by the range alert here. We are in cycling mode, and remember, when we are in cycling mode, there is many false trend beginning. So don't trade the beginning of false trend when you know you are in cycling mode. Okay, you have the information that is cycling. Okay, so currently in Bitcoin there is nothing to do. There is very easy resistance to plot here and support to plot here. Okay, so you don't move until we go up or down this resistance and support. Okay, it's very an easy trade. Okay, and you can see there is a black circle plot at different level. These circles are strong. There are K level. Okay, when we have this, okay, you must remember what is the price corresponding to this level, because there is a high probability that the market will react on this price in the future. You can see here we have a resistance plot here at this time, and you can see the market is performing a pullback just on this resistance, and then go down. Okay, it go down. We plot a K level here, and you can see when the market breaks this K level, it performs a pullback just on this level. Okay, and it's almost always the same. Okay, and you can see that every top of or bottom of the market are highlighted by pattern. Okay, end of trend here, 2 take profit pattern with an end of trend here, end of trend here. So this indicator will very help you to spot top and bottom. Okay, in the next video we will talk about how you can use market reader combined with momentum reader to have very accurate signal. Okay, I hope this video will help you in your trading, and I hope for you will make money. So have a good night. Thank you guys.